the only way narcissists will see your side of things. The core issue many people experience with narcissists is their lack of understanding. Narcissists focus exclusively on their own needs and viewpoints, which comes at the expense of truly perceiving or valuing others' feelings and perspectives. This self-centered approach means they never engage in empathetic listening or consider the emotional impact of their actions on those around them. As a result, conversations and interactions can feel one-sided and invalidating, leaving others frustrated and confused. Ultimately, this deficit in mutual understanding undermines trust and meaningful connection, making relationships with narcissists particularly challenging. It may seem that narcissists are socially unaware or inept, but in fact the reality is even more complex. Narcissism is characterized primarily by a profound self-focus and a lack of empathy, which often leads to misunderstandings in social interaction. This self-centered approach can make them appear misinformed or misguided because they tend to discount or ignore perspectives that don't align with their own. So it's not always a matter of them simply being uneducated or inherently socially awkward. Some individuals with narcissistic traits can be quite adept in social situations. They might even use charm or persuasion to navigate interactions, but their skills are directed towards self-interest rather than genuine mutual understanding. Narcissists can seem like they're missing that crucial element of genuine connection. While they may appear confident and charming at times, their self-centered focus means they rarely tune into the emotions or perspectives of others. That can make them seem socially unaware, or as if they've lived under a rock, leading to a disconnect where you simply can't relate to them. The lack of shared understanding or empathy creates an impression that something essential is missing, leaving interactions feeling shallow and frustrating. Narcissists often seem disconnected from the tangible everyday aspects of life. Their intense focus on self-image and personal interests means they rarely ground themselves in shared experiences or the common realities that foster genuine connection. This disconnect can make them appear as if they're operating on a different plane altogether, unreachable and out of touch with what should really matter. Narcissistic behavior is often deeply rooted in a person's identity, making change much more complicated than simply pulling themselves together. Many narcissists are so focused on maintaining a self-image of superiority that they rarely recognize or even admit to themselves the negative impact that their actions have on others. This lack of self-awareness means they don't see the need to change, even when their behavior leaves partners feeling miserable, frustrated and confused. The narcissist may often appear socially unaware or blind to the feelings of others. This can serve as defense mechanisms. They protect a fragile self-esteem by deflecting any criticism or vulnerability. For most narcissists, the idea of acknowledging these shortcomings feels like a threat to their self-identity. Even when therapy is an option, it can be challenging because it requires deep introspection and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. While it may seem like a simple fix from the outside, the underlying issues are complex and deeply ingrained. Without a genuine desire to change or a breakthrough in self-awareness, their behavior remains a persistent barrier to forming truly empathetic and reciprocal relationships. For a victim, being constantly misunderstood, unheard, and unseen by a narcissist can feel profoundly isolating and invalidating. It's like trying to communicate your inner truth, only to have it repeatedly dismissed or twisted, leaving you to question your own feelings of worth. Every attempt to be open and vulnerable may be met with indifference or even derision, which chips away at self-esteem and creates an overwhelming sense of loneliness. Over time, this dynamic can lead to deep emotional pain. You might feel as though you're invisible, your experiences and emotions overlooked, no matter how much you try to be understood. The constant dismissal can leave you feeling frustrated, anxious and helpless, as if you're trapped in a one-sided relationship where your voice simply doesn't matter. This persistent lack of connection and empathy not only undermines your sense of identity, but can also create a lingering doubt about your own perceptions, making it increasingly difficult to trust your feelings or advocate for yourself. Being understood by a narcissist is one of the most challenging communication hurdles to overcome. Narcissists are so focused on themselves that they rarely or even unknowingly tune into the feelings and needs of others. That said, some strategies might help you to get your point across, even if they rarely lead to genuine empathy. One, clear and direct communication. Use simple, factual language. Avoid abstract emotional expressions that can be easily dismissed or twisted. When you focus on specific behaviors or events, rather than generalized feelings, it may be harder for a narcissist to deflect the issue. Two, frame it in their terms. Since narcissists are primarily concerned with how situations affect them, try to articulate your feelings in a way that highlights how resolving the issue could benefit them or the relationship. This approach might prompt them to pay closer attention. 3. Set boundaries. Recognize that while you can adjust your communication style, the narcissist's ability to truly understand you is inherently limited. Establishing clear boundaries helps protect your emotional well-being, even if it means accepting that you may never receive the understanding you need. 4. Manage expectations. It's important to realize that expecting a deep, empathetic connection from someone who fundamentally struggles with empathy can lead to ongoing frustration. Focus on validating your own feelings and seeking support elsewhere, whether from friends, support groups or professionals, can be a healthier strategy. Ultimately, while these techniques might help you to be heard on some level, the core issue remains that narcissists typically lack the genuine capacity for empathy. In most cases, seeking understanding from people who can reciprocate emotionally may be more rewarding than trying to change the communication dynamic with a narcissist. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button to receive the notifications. If you would like to support the channel, you can donate at paypal.me/Narc Survivor. You can book a one-on-one with me on my website. It's narcsurvivor.co.uk. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.